Konami Studios. I never know how to start these videos because we are in a self-quarantine, we're social distancing, and it's pretty fun. And saying it's pretty fun might be a little stupid, but hey, it's given me a lot of time to catch up on some movies I've wanted to see for a while, and one of those was a rewatch of the DreamWorks movie, Megamind. I've always had a fascination with Megamind. I liked it when it came out in 2010, I want to say. And it's just one of those films that I always wanted to go back to when I had a bigger appreciation for the genre it was parodying, for the genre it was talking about. And I gotta say, I really liked this movie. There's a lot in here that is so cliche and troped, but when they flip it on its head, it works really well. Every single character is very sympathetic, except for Titan, which he's not supposed to be. Titan is an incel. If somebody were to say Titan is a simp or Hal is a simp, I agree, Hal is a simp. But let's talk about the character of Megamind. And if you read the title of this video and you saw the thumbnail, you know what I want to talk about when it comes to this movie. And that is, this is a great Lex Luthor story. It really is. Like, if you were to take this simple concept of this movie, not the whole like Megamind's from another planet, he's destined to do blank, we don't know what that is, but if you were to take the core concept, he grows up the rival to this popular kid that everyone loves, this character and this person who doesn't try for anything and everyone just accepts him anyways, and you have this other kid who would be Lex, who is struggling so hard to be liked and be popular, and nobody's giving him the benefit of the doubt. Nobody's trying to care about him. If you were to take that basic story and apply it to the Lex and Clark relationship, and you have him actually growing up in Superman's shadow and never being the one who succeeds, who is loved, who is cared for, you're off to a great start. Then they both care about their city so immensely and so passionately that they come about it from different ways. You don't really see that in Megamind, though. You don't see Megamind having like an affinity for Metro City. He calls it Metrocity, which is, I think that's a good joke, actually. But you don't see his affinity, but you see it in Lex, and you can tell with the character like Lex Luthor, the guy cares about Metropolis. He is as passionate about Metropolis as he is himself. He loves the city more than, I want to say, anything physical besides himself, right? He loves Metropolis, and so does Superman. So you take that basic concept, and you put it in Megamind as Lex, and you put Metro Man as Superman. Come on, we already know it's their story. Somebody had to have said when they were making this film, what if Superman gave up and then let Lex Luthor win? Now we have that going on in the city and seeing what happens when Lex has total control. It's a great Lex Luthor story because I think, like Batman and Joker, Lex needs Clark to challenge him. He needs that thing that is driving him to be better, to prove himself to be better than this one individual. And you see that in Megamind. I mean, for God's sakes. Right down to like the stupid lead not being able to be X-ray vision. It's copper for Metro Man, he lies. There are so many similarities to these characters. If you were even just to take the characters of Megamind and Metro Man and replace them in the same movie with Superman and Lex, you'd have no big difference. Lex would probably try to create a Superman to fight himself, much like Megamind did, and it'd work. Like, we'd all buy it and we'd believe that that character would do that. And I think having Megamind, actually, this is kind of going off the Lex thing for a sec, but having Megamind be an alien too in that movie really just helps his character be isolated. And I think with Lex, it's not so much the isolation part of him that is the evil part. It's the Superman hating part, the thing that he needs to prove himself to be better than God's perfect man or the world's man of tomorrow. You know, he needs to prove himself to be better than that, and he's constantly going to struggle to do that until he gets it done. You guys, you need to watch Megamind again. Just think of it from that perspective. Obviously the parallels are there between Roxanne Ritchie and Lois Lane, and I'm pretty sure, have they ever, Lois and Lex, has that ever been a thing in the comics or any adaptation? Have they ever had a chemistry there? I'm not positive on that. But when it comes to Megamind, their relationship's totally believable because, you know, she never really liked Metro Man, and she just wanted to find somebody who gets her and cares about her, and who would be Megamind. Seriously, Megamind is a really good movie. Like, I was like, wow. This is a really smart, well put together movie that knows how to take its characters seriously, that has moments of heart and affection and passion and caring and a love for the material that came before it. And it has one of the best interpretations of a villain I think I've seen in a long time. And I'm not even talking about Megamind there. Titan. I love Titan. That villain is so good because he's so believable in his wanting to get Roxanne, and he doesn't get her, and he just loses his mind and wants to take over the city. I love it. It's very believable. It's probably very likely to happen if a incel kind of guy like that were to give him those powers. I would 100% believe that is a likely outcome there. But no, like, just, man, it's Lex Luthor. This character is so Lex Luthor. He finally defeats Superman. He finally defeats Metro Man. Now the city is in his control. What does he do? He does whatever he wants. He can control anything. Nobody can stop him. And he gets bored because he's not being challenged in the way that Lex Luthor needs to be challenged, that Megamind needs to be challenged. And it's kind of just interesting to watch that dynamic play out. It's a Lex Luthor story. This is straight up a Lex Luthor story. It's what if Lex Luthor won? And you see the outcome, and I think it's very likely to be what happens with those characters. Watch Megamind. We got time, guys. Watch Megamind, and maybe you'll agree with me, or maybe you won't, but I can't control your opinions. All I can do is tell you, watch Megamind, like Lex Luthor, and while you're liking stuff, like this video and subscribe to the channel, and check me out on Patreon for exclusive content. And the first 2 episodes of Out of the Bin have dropped, self-promotion and self-isolation, so it's great. No, thank you for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have fun, good luck, and stay safe.